What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video with your host. As always, it came back time. Today we're going to be taking a look back at the Nintendo 64, which was released on September 29th, 1996 in the United States, and the world of 3D gaming was never been the same. Now, of course, the N64 is most famous for its hugely popular franchises such as Mario 64, Star Fox 64, Super Smash Bros., Zelda, Banjo-Kazooie, and the list goes on and on. There's so many awesome games on this console. But there are some games that, for whatever reason, don't get the same amount of love and were never heard from again after their N64 debut. In this list, we're going to be examining some of the best games on the console that deserve a reboot for a modern console. As fans of these games, I feel that Nintendo owes us these games and it would be a nice change of pace from some of the lower end titles they delivered us over the past 20 years. Now let's start this list off with a game that is very near and dear to me, Snowboard Kids 1 and 2. Now yes, this game did receive a sequel on the N64, but has not been touched since. Yes, there is a DS game spin-off of it, but I'm not even counting it because it is nothing at all like the original two games, and I mean it is awful. But anyway, these games are developed by Atlus, who are infamous for making small prints of their games. For whatever reason, they don't make a lot of these games, and they're really good, which kind of sucks. These games are actually very kind of pricey and rare by collector standards by today, which is why I'm glad I actually have both of these games in my actual collection. Now, this game is basically a Mario Kart clone, but instead of a track, you race down the mountainside. It is wacky and clever and has outstanding four-person multiplayer experiences. There was a huge rise in snowboard games in the early 2000s with such games as SSX Series, 1080, Shaun White, and many others. This proves that this style of games, coupled with a Mario Kart-esque multiplayer, which could now incorporate online multiplayer, I might add, might be a very juicy title that Nintendo could sink their teeth into, and it would really please a lot of old school fans. Next up on our list, we have Space Station Silicon Valley, which was developed by DMA Designs, which is actually now Rockstar Games. So kind of cool that people that worked on this actually went on to make the Grand Theft Auto series. Kind of a tidbit there, kind of cool stuff, but this game was released on October 21st, 1998 in the United States, and this game had it all. It had all kinds of crazy, wacky outer space adventures with cybernetic animals, crazy robot adventures, great gameplay, I might add. This game was actually really well praised by critics and players alike for its innovative control scheme. Its camera control was very tight, very seamless. The sound in this game is actually really good as well. The soundtrack and the sound effects are done perfectly in this game, and a really kind of an underappreciated game, really. It didn't sell as well, so basically it was never picked up for a sequel. And this game, if redone, however, I mean, it did have a lot of bugs. There's a lot of things in this game that kind of brought it down. There was bugs that you couldn't beat certain things, there was levels you couldn't access. But if this game were to be remade on a modern console, kind of rebooted, I think it could do very well. Next up, we have a game that was developed by Rare before they totally went off the deep end. Force Gemini was released on October 11th, 1999, and it was well received by players and critics alike. This has got my vote as one of Rare's best games of all time. The sound in this game is seriously the best, hands down, to ever be put on an N64 cartridge. It handles great, has a deep and engaging storyline, and it's a third-person shooter, which was something different from Rare's other popular shooter games of the time, such as 007 and Perfect Dark. But they also gave the players the ability to jump and hang on ledges, which makes for a great style of play that was unique and exciting for players. Though this game was liked by everyone who seemed to play it, it never really caught on, and Rare went on to develop more popular adventure games instead, like Donkey Kong and Banjo-Kazooie, leaving this game in the dust, and it hasn't been touched by developers since. Our runner-up on this list leaves me scratching my head every time I think about it, not getting a sequel. It's mind-blowing. Why, Nintendo? Why? Why you do this to me? But Pokemon Snap was a fresh take on the Pokemon universe, and to this day there's not been anything quite like it. It was received very well by critics and players, and I can remember playing this game for hours and hours trying to get all the damn special Pikachu pictures. Oh, damn you flying Pikachu. But anyway, this game is pretty short and lacks depth and replayability, but it is still a classic and a must-have for any player who plays Pokemon or N64 games alike. Now, you would think, due to the popularity of the Pokemon universe, that this game would be a no-brainer for a sequel, especially since it sold so well. But Nintendo loves to watch us fans of this series suffer. I mean, could you imagine playing this on the Wii U's gamepad with the motion control, looking for what is now over 649 different Pokemon in full HD, 60 frames per second? That would be mind-blowingly amazing. Please, Nintendo, please give us this game. Please, I'm begging you. And finally, our #1 game on the N64 that needs a reboot is Conker's Bad Fur Day. Now, I know this game was remade for the Xbox, the original Xbox that is, but that was just a reskinned, watered down, less fun version of the original game. The original Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64 is one of those games that's kind of a hidden gem and has a cult following. But this game is over-the-top funny and a great action platformer. The game has amazing graphics for the time, some of the best ever on the N64 in my opinion. Also, the sound in this game is second to none, maybe a little bit behind Force Gemini, but man, the sound in this game is absolutely great. And the voice acting and the dialogue in this game is some of the funniest dialogue you'll ever hear in any Nintendo game or any game, period. It's that good. It's so funny. They make fun of a lot of fun things. They make things about being hungover and drunk, and oh, it's really raunchy and it's really kind of out there. It is rated M, one of the only games ever on this board to be rated M. But man, is it fun. Now, there was plans to make a sequel called Conker's Bad Other Day, but that all came to a halt when Rare was sold to Microsoft in 2002. That is when they scrapped that idea and they made what was going to be the sequel into the remake Conker's Live and Reloaded for the original Xbox. And that was the last we heard from the Conker series. And it's been over 13 years. People out there are dying to get their hands on a new Conker's game, and I myself am one of them. I need to play more Conkers. I need to play it now. Nintendo doesn't have the rights to this game, but man, if they could somehow get the rights back from Microsoft, or even if Microsoft were to make a new version of this, I would be forever grateful, and I really wish we'd play it. But that's all we have time for, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this list. I hope that maybe you guys can get out there and play some more N64 games, some old ones that you guys have not played in a while. It's always fun to get back and play those old ones. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about the list. Was there anything that I missed? Was there a game that you think deserves a sequel? And as always, guys, have a great day. Remember to leave a comment. Like I said, like and subscribe if you're new around here. Until next time, guys, take it easy and peace out.